Welcome back, my name is Carrie, and today I'm going deep on a hot new prefab home that's 3D printed. That's right folks, printers are no longer only used for disappointing homemade birthday cards, they're actually printing full homes. I recently posted a video about a California company and their lineup of 3D printed homes, and with just like almost everything new, it was met with a bit of skepticism. Newsflash, not everything new is a scam. There are people in this world disrupting massive industries, so I think if something's labeled a scam, it's a sign we need more information. Right now, there are a lot of people trying to disrupt housing because, in case you haven't noticed, there's a lack of affordability which is preventing people from home ownership. Companies have recognized that affordability is a big problem. I've said it before and I'll probably say it again, the bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity, which is why we're seeing so many companies with new ideas entering the space. Do I expect a company to come in and turn housing on its head overnight? No, absolutely not. Change takes time. When flat screen TVs first came out, they were thousands of dollars, and now you can snag one on Cyber Monday for like $150. My point is, we're still very early in this transition to alternative ways to build, and the problems won't be solved overnight. The company I'm talking about is called Azure Printed Homes, and after reading the comments on my last video, I followed up with them to get some clarity on exactly what they're up to and found out how you can save $500 on one of their homes, but I'll get to that in a second. If you missed the last video on Azure Printed Homes, they're a 3D printed prefab home company that just released the first renderings and floor plan of their $39,900 prefab home called the Iris that will be available early in 2023. They're currently ramping up production in their Culver City, California factory by adding 2 more printers and hope to have the first Iris prototype finished in the next 30 days. With the Iris and the 4 other models they currently have available, their lineup ranges in size from 180 square feet up to 900 square feet, which covers a lot of people looking for a new home that's a smaller footprint. The idea of partially printing prefab homes is a fairly new concept that I find very interesting and think will help the housing situation, so I slid into Azure's DMs to find out if I could get an answer to some of the questions left in comments and a few of my own, mainly regarding the process, where you can actually put them, and the future of 3D printing in housing and construction. One of the most common questions I get whenever I feature a home on the channel relates to where the home can be placed, and that's second only to the comments from people who are convinced they can't be placed anywhere. First of all, if the home couldn't be placed anywhere, they wouldn't exist. There would be literally no point in building even one, right? To me, one of the questions we need to be asking is, what climates can they withstand? Are they only for the most ideal climates in North America, or do they work in Alaska? I usually don't get too deep into the specs or details because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think most people are more interested in the design and floor plan. However, with a new concept, I think it's worth digging a little deeper. Contrary to a couple responses in the comments, these homes can be placed in every US climate. They say their standard built home can be placed in most locations in the United States, but specs can be increased where needed. The standard R value in their homes is R30, however, that can be increased if a certain jurisdiction requires more, or even if it's just customer preference. People love to see how homes will handle extremes, so I wasn't even a bit surprised to see questions about hurricanes and snow loads. I asked them how much of the home was printed, and apparently it's 70% of the total weight of the home, which I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that's a process most people, including me, haven't seen in person. So wanting to know how they're going to handle a big dump of snow or a bit of wind is a fair question. Their default design snow load is 60 pounds per square foot, which covers 95% of the United States, but again, they do have the ability to make structural changes to meet the other 5% at an additional cost. On top of that, they're designed to sustain earthquakes and high winds as required by law, so we know where we can put them from a structural standpoint, but we still have no idea where can we actually put them. To date, of the orders they've received, 30 are for a primary residence, 50% are for an accessory dwelling unit, and 20% are for their backyard studios that aren't meant to be lived in at all. Still doesn't really answer the question of where we can actually put these things outside of backyards, but they did spill some info on what's coming. Right now, Azure is working with a development company called Oasis and will be the official supplier for a 14-unit development in California that will be breaking ground in August pending any setbacks from the Planning Commission. The development will be 14 homes, all of which will be supplied and 3D printed by Azure. The CEO of Oasis said, "We have been actively researching several potential prefab manufacturers for this particular project for several years. We finalized our current plans for this development with Azure's input. Their expertise has accelerated our our learning around their innovative products and processes. Now that our agreement is signed, we look forward to seeing these new modern homes being manufactured by Azure Printed Homes and installed in our Ridgecrest development. Talk about hitting the ground running. They landed a development deal before actually even printing their first home. It's impressive. I'm going to be watching this unfold like a hawk because finding a great lot to put an affordable option has been a barrier people looking to buy something off-site have struggled with since I've been in this industry. Clearly not impossible, but a challenge nonetheless. If Azure can not only deliver the goods on this project, but hit it out of the park, it could open the door to a lot more opportunities going forward. Think about it. A developer has 14 lots. They want to partner with a builder to be able to offer a home and land package. Builder A builds the homes on site. Builder B is Azure, who 3D prints the homes 70% faster than traditional construction methods, according to their website. Probably would have made more sense to call Azure Builder A for Azure. I don't even know if Oasis was considering an on-site builder, but I do know who landed the partnership because for a developer, who wouldn't want to be able to potentially put their home and land packages for sale 70% sooner? I would. In my correspondence with Azure, they said, and I quote, "More updates will be announced soon about this exciting project and several others in the works." Several other projects in the works. Places to put these homes incoming, folks. I get requests to feature prefab home companies building on the East Coast fairly often because if you haven't noticed, a lot of them are in California. To me, the most logical reason so many companies are located in California is the lack of affordability and the ADU laws, and turns out that's where they're getting a lot of their demand. Of the current orders taken by Azure, 77% are from California, 13% from Arizona, Texas, and Florida, and the rest are spread around the country because they will ship nationwide. They've got plans to add more locations in areas with the highest demand, which so far looks like a second facility in California, but that may change as word gets out on what they're up to. For anyone in and around Culver City who wants to see these things in person, they do offer tours of their showroom that can be booked directly from their website. I'm curious to hear what people think of this entire concept. Would you live in a home that's 3D printed? If no, why not? For me, they look really cool and I'm impressed with everything I've seen so far, so I'm really excited to see the finished products coming out of the factory. Is 3D printing the future of home building? A lot of people think it is, but I'm not here to predict the future. I'm just here to keep you up to date about what's going on. Azure Printed Homes has a lot coming down the pipe. The next 6 to 12 months are going to be very exciting to watch as they ramp up production, print homes for development, and print and ship homes all across the country. I'm extremely excited to see what their first homes actually look like, fully printed and built out, and we'll be checking back frequently until they're done. For the first time ever on my channel, you can actually save money on one of these homes just by watching and tolerating my jokes. Not bad. Apparently, they're looking to drum up a few sales this week because they've offered $500 off to anyone who pre-orders by July 5th just by typing Carrie in the message box on the pre-order section of their website. Pretty crazy. Even if you already ordered, you can shoot them an email with your details before July 5th and say, "Carrie said I get a discount," and they'll hook it up. Easy peasy. I find Azure and the entire 3D print prefab game quite fascinating, so I'll be keeping an eye on everything going on and posting updates right here on my YouTube channel. That's all I've got for today. If you like manufactured home videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I've got new ones coming out every single week. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.